The Tesla Model S is no longer just a used luxury EV. If you are buying one now, the most important question is not, is it a Model S? The real question is, which Model S are you actually buying? Because depending on the year, hardware, grade, interior, and charging benefits, two used Model S vehicles can feel like completely different cars. Hi, this is Ken. Today we are going to organize the used Tesla Model S market in a simple way. Model S and Model X are now discontinued in some markets, so from here, the real game becomes the used market. And for buyers, owners, and Tesla investors, this is actually very important because the Model S is not just one car. A 70D, a 90D, a P100D, a pre-Raven car, a Raven car, an AP1 car, and a refreshed interior Model S all have different value, different risk, and different appeal. By the end of this video, you should have a clear map of which generation and specification makes sense for you. First, let's start with the biggest mistake. Many people look at a used Model S and start with the model year. But in my opinion, that is not enough. With Tesla, the better question is this: what generation of Tesla technology is inside that car? For a used Model S, I would separate the key points into 4 categories: autopilot and hardware, battery and grade, Raven or pre-Raven, and interior, UI, and charging benefits. If you understand these 4 areas, the used Model S market becomes much easier to read. Let's begin with autopilot. This is one of the biggest value dividers in the used Model S market. There are 3 practical groups. First, early cars with no autopilot. Second, AP1 cars. And third, AP2 and later cars, including HW2, HW2.5, and HW3. The earliest Model S vehicles are basically luxury EV sedans without the modern Tesla driving assistance experience. They can still be attractive if you want the lowest price and you do not care about automated driving features. But if you expect lane keeping and adaptive cruise control, you need to be careful. A P1 is the next important generation. This was based on Mobileye technology, and for many owners, it still has a strong reputation. It is not the newest system, but for highway lane keeping and traffic-aware cruise control, many people feel it is simple and predictable. So, AP1 can still make sense if your expectations are clear. You are not buying the future of FSD. You are buying a simple highway support system that many owners still like. Then we have AP2 and later. This is where Tesla moved toward its own hardware path, more cameras, more software potential, and a closer connection to Tesla's FSD roadmap. For buyers who want the newest possible software direction, AP2 or later is more attractive. But here is the important point. Do not assume every AP2 car is the same. You need to check the actual hardware, whether FSD was purchased and whether any hardware upgrade has already been done. Next, let's decode the grades. This is where many people get confused. 70D, 75D, 90D, 100D, P90D, P100D. It looks complicated, but the basic logic is simple. The number roughly represents battery capacity. D means dual motor or all-wheel drive, and P means performance. So when you see something like P100D, you are looking at a large battery, dual motors, and the high-performance version. The character of each grade is quite different. 70D and 75D are usually the entry point. They can be a good choice if price matters more than maximum range. 90D is one of the more balanced grades. It gives you strong range, strong performance, and a flagship feel without always going into the most extreme cost zone. 100D is for people who care most about range, and P90D or P100D are for people who want serious acceleration. But from an investor and ownership perspective, the P models need careful thinking. Yes, they are exciting. The acceleration is almost ridiculous, but performance models can also mean more stress on tires, brakes, suspension, and other wear items. So the P badge is not just a performance badge, it is also a cost profile. If you are buying emotionally, P100D is very tempting. If you are buying rationally, you need to calculate the full ownership cost. Now let's talk about Raven. For me, Raven is one of the most important dividing lines in used Model S history. Around 2019, Tesla introduced a major update for Model S and Model X. The key changes were improved motor efficiency and a new adaptive air suspension system. That means better efficiency, better ride comfort, and a more refined driving experience. For people who want to keep the car for a long time, this matters a lot. This is why I usually see Raven and later as a very strong zone. If your budget allows, starting your search from Raven cars is a clean and logical strategy. You get a more mature Model S, better efficiency, and generally a more complete ownership experience. But that does not mean pre-Raven cars are bad. Actually, pre-Raven cars can be very attractive if the price is right and the condition is good. So my view is simple. Raven is the safe starting point. Pre-Raven is the value hunting zone. Next is the interior and UI. This is not only about design, it changes how the car feels every day. Older Model S vehicles have the classic vertical screen layout. You get the driver display and the large portrait center screen. For many Tesla fans, this is the original flagship Tesla feeling. It feels unique, premium, and very different from Model 3 or Model Y. Later refreshed Model S vehicles moved to the horizontal screen layout. This feels more modern, more minimal, and closer to the newer Tesla design language. Some people love the classic vertical screen. Others prefer the newer horizontal screen. There is no single correct answer here, but you need to know which experience you want before buying. MCU is also important. MCU 1 can feel slower today, and some entertainment features are limited. MCU 2 is much smoother and better for things like YouTube, Netflix, and general UI response. So if screen speed matters to you, look for MCU 2 or a car that has already received the MCU upgrade. This detail may not sound exciting, but in daily use, it can make a big difference. Finally, let's talk about free supercharging. Some older Model S vehicles still have free supercharging benefits. This can be valuable, especially if you drive long distances often, but this is where buyers need to stay calm. Free supercharging is a bonus. It should not be the main reason to buy the wrong car. Many cars with this benefit are older, so battery condition, warranty status, and repair risk become even more important. So here is the big takeaway. A used Tesla Model S should not be judged only by year or price. You need to look at 4 things: autopilot generation, grade and battery size, Raven or pre-Raven, and interior, MCU, and charging benefits. If you want the most balanced choice, Raven and later is probably the cleanest place to start. If you want the lowest price, pre-Raven can still be interesting. And if you want maximum excitement, P models are attractive, but you must respect the running costs. For me, the Model S is fascinating because it is not one used car, it is many different cars wearing the same name. That is why understanding the map matters before you start comparing listings. In the next video, I will move from the map to the actual buying checklist. Battery condition, warranty, free supercharging, Raven versus pre-Raven, and which specs are easier to recommend. If you are comparing a specific year or grade, check the link in the description and connect with Ken's used Tesla information line. Thanks for watching Life in the Future. If this video helped you understand the used Model S market, please hit like and subscribe. Let's keep enjoying life with Tesla. Before we wrap up, let me take a moment to introduce myself. I drive a Tesla Model Y, and at home I've installed a Tesla Powerwall, so I actually charge my car with solar energy. I truly believe Tesla is shaping the future, and that's why I share the latest news and insights here on this channel. I'm from Japan, but I want to connect with Tesla fans all around the world. That's why I also create an English version of my videos. YouTube now lets you switch the audio into your own language, so you can enjoy it in whatever language you prefer. Most of all, I'd love to connect with Tesla fans everywhere so we can support Tesla together. I also share updates on X, so feel free to follow me there and let's connect. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.